A state law restricting abortion will go into effect no later than 30 days from now after a ruling today by the state's highest court.
The justices lifted an injunction that delayed enforcement of the law and questions whether an ongoing court challenge can succeed. Fox 59's Steve Brown is in our newsroom to break down that decision.
Yeah, hi there, Leah. Nick. Indiana, as you remember, was the first state to restrict abortion after the U.S. Supreme Court struck down Roe v. Wade last year. The state's so-called near total ban makes abortion illegal except in cases of rape or incest before 10 weeks. It also allows abortions up to 20 weeks when the fetus has a fetal defect or when a woman faces a serious health risk or death. Until today, enforcement of that law was halted by a temporary restraining order. Planned Parenthood and the other plaintiffs had argued that Section 1 of the Indiana Constitution recognizes the right of liberty and it extends to individual bodily autonomy. Marion County Judge Heather Welsh agreed and in September issued the restraining order. A challenge of that order landed the matter before the state's highest court. In today's ruling, the justices write Planned Parenthood's argument does not have a reasonable likelihood of success, because the High Court says liberty in the state constitution still permits the General Assembly to prohibit abortions except those necessary to protect a woman's life or health. In conclusion, the state Supreme Court lifted the injunction. ACLU Indiana's Kenneth Falk is disappointed with the ruling, but says it leaves open a challenge of the abortion law's narrow exceptions.
I believe that gives us an opportunity to demonstrate to the trial court that, in fact, there are many situations where there is a serious medical need for an abortion that would still not be allowed by the law, thereby the law would be unconstitutional.
We also have a reaction tonight from Attorney General Todd Rokita, a staunch pro-life advocate and lead attorney defending the abortion bill. In a statement, he says, "We celebrate this day, one long in coming, but morally justified. Thank you to all the warriors who have fought for this day that upholds life." There is another injunction still in place against the abortion bill, but that's viewed as applying to the small group of plaintiffs in that case. There was a partial dissenting opinion in today's ruling by the Indiana Supreme Court. It comes from Justice Christopher Gloff. He suggests the General Assembly let Hoosier voters decide in a referendum whether the state constitutional guarantee of liberty includes bodily autonomy. Steve Brown, Fox 59 News.
All right, Steve, thank you. You can read over the opinion for yourself. We've shared that full 66-page document online over at fox59.com.